Hi, Leo. Welcome to your February 2022 reading. I set the intention for these videos, this video to be for Leo Sun and Rising. Obviously, if you're a Leo Moon, you are also welcome. Cross watchers are also welcome. And if you watch this and you're not a Leo, but you know a Leo and you would love to, share the wisdom of this reading, that's why I invite anyone to watch. You're welcome to. And I believe whether you are or not, there's always wisdom in these readings for someone. So we already went over in the collective reading the Strength card, and actually this is your card. So it's really awesome, and I hope that you, if you haven't already, that you will go and watch the collective reading. You can either pause now and go check out the reading and come back, or you can just watch this all the way through and then go watch the collective reading. But there's really good information in there for the entire collective, where I go a little bit deeper into working with the Strength card, and that's medicine for everyone. But what we're going to do in this reading is I'm going to pull a focus card specifically for the sign of Leo, that is an aspect of strength that your sign specifically is going to want to work on for this month of February 2022. So that's where we're going to start. So let me go ahead and pull that. Can I please get one focus card for the sign of Leo? I think we might have got it. Okay, Knight of Cups. All right, so I mean, that is very aligned with the message of strength. Strength is all about, connecting with our vulnerable selves and being authentic. And the Knight of Cups is really the most intuitively and emotionally connected of the knights. Like, he's not afraid to get vulnerable, to express himself, express how he feels. So those two are very aligned. It's like, Leo, you're already someone who is so heart-centered because Leo rules the heart. So it's like, you're just doing you this month. This is where you want to be, and this is like what you're good at already. So I just see you being in your element. And even though it's like, we're in the sign of Aquarius at the beginning of the month, which is the opposite, it's your seventh house, of where your solar houses are, or your rising sign. It's your descendant. It's almost like, you're okay with that energy. Like, you're feeling comfortable wherever you are, even though, the first house, and Leo being your first house, is yourself, and Aquarius is your house of other people. It's like, I can deal with any situation, as long as I am in alignment with who I am, and I can show up and live authentically and communicate from a place of authenticity, then I know I'm going to be okay. Even if, there are differences, the seventh house can also, be people who show up that are, kind of like our shadow. And Venus retrograde just ended, on the 29th of January. So, we've dealt with and reviewed a lot of this energy, and Mercury retrograde is ending on February 3rd, I believe. So, those are two very relational planets where, we are, learning and reviewing, past situations, past people that have come into our lives. And, these are your 6th and 7th houses, your house of daily routine, Capricorn, and your house of, partnerships and one-to-one relationships, your 7th house of Aquarius, where it's like those two you're learning your relationships, your everyday encounters with people, and then also the way that you communicate in those one-to-one encounters. You know, what lessons have you learned? What ways, you know, have you had to grow and heal from that? Or, you know, what ways has it molded and shaped you? It's very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a grounding oracle card that kind of will bridge the message between Strength and the Knight of Cups, to give us more information about how these energies want to work together for you this month. And we got, oh, okay, the blue damselfly, commune with nature. So this is really about, you know, getting in touch with, you know, your grounded, connected self. Like, there's a lot of blue in this card. There's also a lot of blue in this Cups card. It's like, you know, getting in touch with, you know, the more watery elements of your, you know, of nature, of your nature. So, and you know, that's something that's already, you know, not foreign to you, even though Leo is a fire sign, maybe not communicating in a way that I'm going to say, like, maybe not communicating in a way that's so passionate, but more so in a way that is like emotionally connected, or like, you know, Leos can be big and loud, but maybe there's a way that you can bring a little bit more subtlety, or, you know, a little bit more closeness and intimacy into those connections, because we can be authentic, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that we're intimate, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing is, like, you know, communing with nature can kind of bring us into that groundedness, that grounded sense of, like, you know, this, in this Knight of Cups energy, like, I can communicate from that, that part of myself that, you know, that throat chakra, you know, I see, because there's a lot of blue in this card, which is connected to that, that is connected to, and also, you know, just really channeling that part of ourselves that is more watery, that is more intuitive and imaginative, which comes so naturally to Leo anyway. So, like, spending time in nature, obviously safely, because we're in a pandemic. So, you know, try to keep, you know, socially distanced, but connected in some way. You know, but do it safely, you know, masked if you need to. This Omicron variant and, you know, whatever variants, other variants are coming up, you know, they're very contagious. So just be mindful of that. So we already got your first card. This is where you are at the start of the month. Okay, now this makes a lot more sense. This Three of Swords, you know, is like feeling some of those past hurts, and this could be, you know, those 7th house past hurts, those, or, you know, in your everyday, just feeling, you know, like, I'm showing up, you know, in my fully embodied self and communicating from a place of vulnerability. I don't know how else to be, but to be heart-centered. And then you get stabbed in the heart, you know, by people who can feel really heartless. And it's not like this is happening now. It's like, you know, over the retrogrades, a lot of this stuff might have already come up, and you're reviewing, you know, the way that those swords really ran through your tender heart, Leo, because you're, you know, your heart is just so big, and it's out there for the world to see. And, you know, feeling like maybe there's a little bit of dampening, and we'll see that a little bit more when I clarify with some oracle cards. But just like, how do I, you know, still maintain that, you know, level of authenticity and moving through the world and communicating and, in a way that is natural to me, you know, without, you know, this sense of heartbreak, you know, changing me, you know, or changing the way that I move through the world. So that's kind of where I see being at the beginning of February. And this next card is going to be a challenge that may arise this month in February for Leo. Can I have one card that describes a challenge that may come up for Leo? Please show me clearly. Okay. We also got the Six of Cups in reverse in the collective reading. So you might want to go back and review that. Okay, so like with the Three of Swords, the Six of Cups is really, you know, it's reviewing and reminiscing. And in the upright, this is something that I kind of had to work out in the collective reading, that there can be a sense of nostalgia in looking back. But the sense that I get with the Three of Swords and the Six of Cups in reverse is that it's like you've done a lot of processing and you've been here before. Leos, you know, go through a lot of hurts because, you know, vulnerability is not something that is, you know, honored or really valued in society that, you know, is very, you know, focused on, you know, accomplishing and hustle culture and all of that. Like, you know, it's not something that is, you know, part of people's everyday, like on the job, like, oh, you know, I'm going to share something that's deeply personal, you know, but like in looking back, you know, like Leo is very, you know, emotionally intelligent and very in touch with, you know, their heart space. It's almost like rather than looking back with rose-colored glasses, you understand some of these situations that have really hurt you and cut you really deep. But it's challenging to reckon with that in a way that is healing. It's like almost like the Six of Cups in reverse is like it's keeping you stuck. It feels really painful. Like after these retrogrades, it's like it might have been really intense because it was you know, going through these houses of like your everyday. Sixth house is everyday routine. It rules pets. It rules, you know, your job, your day-to-day job. So these things could have been happening one-to-one at work. And, you know, when you have a falling out with somebody at work, it's not easy to always quit your job. That's not always practical. And then you have to still deal with people that have really done you dirty, you know, or it could be any situation like that. You know, but feeling that deeply, that deep pain, and then really having to work through it in a way where you can't really escape it, or it doesn't feel like it was, you know, 10 years ago or 20 years ago, like, or this happened when I was a kid. Like this Six of Cups in reverse almost feels like this is still happening right fucking now. Like, you know, it hurts the same way that it hurt when it happened, or, you know, it feels like it just happened yesterday, like over and over replaying in our heads. You know, it's a Scorpio card, and you know, Scorpio is like a well of like the depths of emotion, and that Three of Swords is like really, really painful energy of feeling betrayed and hurt. You know, when we trusted someone, you know, it takes a lot to give our heart to someone. So the next card is how to tackle this challenge of the Six of Cups in reverse. And you guys just got like cards flying everywhere. And I'm going to see. I'm going to take this card. I got the Ace of Wands in reverse. You guys actually got 2 cards. So I'm going to stack them like this. You got the Ace of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So these 2 together for me say to take your time, because the Ace of Wands in reverse can sometimes, like the ace is like a spark of energy, especially in the wands, like you have some get up and go. In the reverse, it's almost like, you know, a false start, or like your energy feels a little bit zapped. So it's like tackling that challenge is saying, like, the 7 of Pentacles is all about patience. Like, you're growing something, you're getting ahead in life. Like, you've been given these seeds that you are lovingly tending to and growing, but it's patience, and it's having patience with yourself as you heal through these things that have hurt you so badly, and as you come to understand, you know, why things happen the way they did, or like, why did I react the way that I did? Or, you know, could I have done something differently? And not beating yourself up and hurting, you know, like dampening your spirits. That's really the message that's coming through. It's almost like, you know, Leos are fixed fire, and that will put your fire out quicker than anything, is to try to rush yourself through the process of healing this past pain. So it's like really taking your time. And the Knight of Cups doesn't mind taking his time. He flows like where, if we're talking about nature, if we're talking about earth, water flows where, you know, where it can. And it just moves with the cycles of like life. You know, unless there is a dam that's put up, and it's almost like, don't dam yourself up. Don't put your fire out either. Just allow yourself to flow with where you need to go in order to heal these swords, so that eventually this 3 of Swords upright is the 3 of Swords in reverse, and these swords are falling out, right? Okay, so I'm gonna pull one last card of where Leo might be by the end of the month. And then I'm going to pull some oracle cards that kind of will bridge these energies together and give you some more information and direction. I have 1 card for Leo for the end of February, please. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, okay, that's great. That's leveling up from the Knight of Cups. That is Queen of Cups. That is water of water. It's like we have integrated like all this water here, this communing, this understanding and looking back over these painful situations that might have broken your heart. And like, if you accept this medicine of how to tackle that challenge of being patient and really allowing your energy to recharge, replenish, not rushing your healing, you will be in an even better emotional space to be able to process these things. And, you know, the Queen of Cups is you, but it also could be another person where you're connecting, right? Because, you know, the cups are all about connection. Communing with nature. It could be connecting with other people, you know, which is your 7th house of Aquarius. The sun is moving through, where you connect with a Queen of Cups type figure who is really healing for this 3 of Swords energy. So I can see that happening. So let's look at some oracle cards that will kind of bridge these energies together. And the first one is a personal power oracle, and I'll be putting all of the cards that I'm using into the description box, and that is perfect. I am safe. So beautiful. And that is a card, a Cancer card. So it's like, you see how she's crossing her arms over her heart, and that crab shell, and her eyes are covered by her hair. It's like, you know, almost like she's, you know, she can hide away from the world. She can close her eyes, hide her eyes, but, you know, she knows that she's safe, you know, because she's been hurt before, but she still allows, you know, she's protecting her heart, but she's not completely closing it off. You see her chest is still exposed. And I love that. That's beautiful. It's like, you know, I'm safe. The people that, you know, hurt me, you know, I don't have to let them back in. They, you know, they can't hurt me again the way that they did before. And, you know, it's not my fault. It's not your fault. If someone, you know, did you really, you know, did some really disgusting, you know, shady stuff to you, like that's theirs to carry. It's not yours. You know, you don't have to carry that in your heart, because it's just gonna bog down your energy. Okay, one more card to bridge this Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and reverse energy for Leo. My beautiful Leos. This is going to be a great month for you guys. I'm really happy, and I would love for you guys to come back and, you know, comment. Let me know how you're doing, and if this resonates at all. I'd love to hear from you. Let's see. Look for hidden patterns. Okay, and that might be some of the challenge in this, like, looking back, reviewing, is that take your time. You know, don't rush, Ace of Wands in reverse, to look for hidden patterns where, you know, it's like not placing any blame on yourself, but just with a sense of curiosity, looking for patterns in people or situations where it's like, why is this happening again? Like, what is similar, you know, in this person where this is coming up again? So, you know, really, really interesting, where you might want to take time and maybe journal that out, or, you know, just make some bullet notes, you know, if you don't like long form journaling, but, you know, that might really serve you. So the last card that I'm going to pull for you is a message from your inner child, and what they want to say to Leo for the month of February. It's too many. One message for Leo. Leo's inner child. Show me clearly, please. All right. Oh my God. Commune with nature. Spend time in nature. Okay. The beauty of nature offers our souls unlimited nourishment. Let's see. Can we see that? Okay. Go outside today and connect with the earth. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Touch the softness of a plant. Listen to the babble of a stream. Dig your toes into the rich soil and feel yourself connected to this wondrous place we call home. Okay, so that is really a message. You guys need to get outside this month. Really try to shake off this swords energy, this pentacles in the reverse, maybe saying like you're tackling that challenge by like plug your fingers in the earth, hug a tree, something like that, you know, that it'll really help to ground you in those difficult times where you're feeling this Three of Swords, you know, and it'll make you feel that sense of safety and connectedness. So those are the messages that I have for you, Leo. And thank you so much for your time and your energy. I want to thank your guides and my guides for their presence in this beautiful reading. And also, don't forget to check out the collective reading. I would so appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any readings in the future, because I do have some that will be coming out this month as well. And that is all I have for you. I hope you have a great month, and I will see you again in March. Bye, Leo.